What if I told you that one of the most iconic queens in history wasn't even Egyptian by blood? That she once rolled herself up inside a carpet to sneak into a Roman general's room? And that her death is still one of history's greatest mysteries? Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt, wasn't just a ruler, she was a living legend. She could charm the most powerful men on earth, command armies, outsmart rivals, and still leave behind a legacy that feels larger than life. But here's the wild part. Cleopatra's real story is even crazier than the movies. Today, we're diving into unbelievable facts about Queen Cleopatra that prove history is far stranger and far juicier than fiction. 1. Cleopatra wasn't Egyptian? Shocking, right? When you picture Cleopatra, you probably imagine a golden Egyptian queen, draped in jewels, ruling from the pyramids. But here's the twist. Cleopatra wasn't fully Egyptian at all. She was Greek, part of the Ptolemaic dynasty, descended from Ptolemy I, one of Alexander the Great's generals. The Ptolemies ruled Egypt for almost 300 years, and most of them didn't even bother learning the local language. But Cleopatra? She flipped the script. She embraced Egyptian culture, wore Egyptian dress, and even claimed to be the reincarnation of the goddess Isis. This made her the first Ptolemaic ruler who the Egyptian people truly saw as their queen. Imagine being Greek by blood, but loved as Egypt's ultimate daughter of the Nile. 2. She spoke around 9 languages. Now this is impressive. While most of her royal family needed translators to deal with foreign guests, Cleopatra didn't. She spoke Egyptian fluently and could switch into Greek, Hebrew, Aramaic, and several other languages like it was nothing. Think about it. Diplomats, traders, generals, she could connect with anyone directly, no middleman needed. That wasn't just intelligence, it was power. Imagine sitting at a table with world leaders and being the only one who doesn't need an interpreter. That's next-level influence. Cleopatra wasn't just a queen, she was the ultimate polyglot politician. 3. Beauty wasn't her biggest weapon. Hollywood paints Cleopatra as the ultimate seductress, but the truth? Her looks weren't what made her unforgettable. Ancient writers described her beauty as not remarkable, but her voice, charisma, and intelligence were magnetic. She could walk into a room and command it, not because of her face, but because of her presence. Her wit, her conversation, her sheer confidence, that's what made men like Julius Caesar and Mark Antony risk empires for her. Cleopatra teaches us that beauty fades, but charisma can conquer kingdoms. 4. The carpet entrance. Here's a scene worthy of Netflix. Cleopatra wanted to meet Julius Caesar, who was in Egypt at the time, but her brother, and co-ruler, Ptolemy XIII had blocked her out. So what did she do? She had herself smuggled into Caesar's palace wrapped in a carpet, or possibly a bed sack. When the rug was unrolled, there she was, Cleopatra herself, smiling at Caesar. And that bold, theatrical entrance sparked one of the most famous romances in history. Who else makes an entrance by popping out of a rolled-up carpet? Only Cleopatra. 5. The floating palace. Cleopatra knew the power of image. When she sailed to meet Mark Antony, she didn't just show up, she arrived in style. Ancient writers describe her ship as a floating palace, purple sails billowing in the wind, silver oars flashing in the sun, and Cleopatra herself dressed as the goddess Aphrodite, surrounded by attendants dressed as cupids. The air was said to be perfumed so strongly that people could smell it from the shore. Antony was left stunned and completely hooked. Cleopatra didn't just meet people, she staged an entrance that no one could forget. She wasn't just the last pharaoh of Egypt, she was a strategist, a linguist, a mother, a lover, and above all, a ruler who played the game of power better than anyone else of her time. From carpets to cobras, perfumes to politics, Cleopatra's life was a masterpiece of drama. Even today, over 2,000 years later, she fascinates us because she represents something timeless. The idea that power isn't just about armies or wealth, it's about presence, intelligence, and the courage to defy expectations. So here's my question for you. Do you believe Cleopatra really died from a snake bite? Or was that just Rome's final piece of propaganda? Let me know what you think, because Cleopatra's story is one mystery we're still trying to solve.